Okay, I want to review. It's George Zaru. I want to review a little of what we've done. We've done a lot of stuff in a short time, and you shouldn't get overwhelmed, because you need to practice everything we do a lot. We did bar chords, we did different type chords, A type, C type, D type chords, moving them up the neck. This is a D chord, right? You could just take the D chord and move it up, like say to the 5th fret. That's an F. This is a G. And the 7th fret. You could add that pinky. So you can do a lot of things with the different type of chords. A type ends up being this chord. And that's the chord we use to do the fills. Remember we did that? Play the piece of the chord, I'm leaving the E string open. See, if I just play a little progression for you, I can show you tricks while I do it, because that's when they come into play. I'm a very spontaneous ad-lib type player. So, see that open E? Sounds good with the A chord here. You could also do the A bar chord like this, say, and just not put the bar down. Right? You get that. I love that. Move it up to B, and then the E. That's a nice E major sound. And it's just a 1-4-5 progression. It's in the key of E, the 4 chord is the A, and the 5 chord is the B. E, G, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, 4 chord, B, 5 chord. I also do it like this. I just do it with 2 fingers. And I slap sometimes the guitar with my right hand. I could do it up here, near the bridge. You could do it over the hole, different sound, and over the neck, different sound. I do that to get a certain sound and technique going, and then I'll leave these all over. You can hit all the strings, so it's very cool. I could start with the E, playing it like that with just the 2 fingers. The cool thing is that you can hit all the strings. And then if I move it up to that 14th fret there and the 13th fret, it's an open E an octave higher, And that's a very cool thing, and you can do that in all sorts of different ways. Like I was playing the piece of the A chord and the B chord down here, and I was just leaving the open E string instead of hitting the E string. So, and I left that suspended sound. Okay, so that's a little trick there. We were doing the fills. We were doing the 6. I showed you the scale in E. I think I told you I was going to show you the hideaway thing. Hideaway is... it to a lead and he does this faster. Anyway, this was the part of it that I wanted you to learn. I haven't played it in so long, I messed it up. And the way he used the sixth in that song was very cool. I'm talking about Clapton, but the riff probably goes back to the guy who wrote it. And I pinch that. Okay, the first and third string I pinch. So that's the whole thing. So that's something you can practice. It's hard to get it going that fast unless you're already, you know, advanced player. But you keep working on it, it'll help you with the sixths and how to use them. I could show you the whole solo at some other point if we went, after we get into lead playing. If anybody's interested, this whole thing is cool. It's a shuffle. What's cool about it is he keeps hitting the E note, the first root note. Instead of moving to the A and to the B, which is the 4 and the 5, he stays on that E note and hits it after the A and B in the progression. So it's like... What I think is cool about it. And you can pick it and hit the pick down and pinch it with your third finger. I could use some practice. I know. I saw you all making faces. Wow, time flies doing this. We are going to get into lead playing, but that's a little review of what we did. I think, what else did we do? We did the, well, we did a 1-4-5 progression, but we haven't done the shuffle. And the shuffle is something where you just got to stretch your pinky right and you'll get it. In the key of G, okay, if you play a G bar chord, the shuffle is going to be just hitting the 2 strings on the top, the 5th and the 6th string, and hitting the pinky on the 5th string, moving it up to the 7th fret. Okay, because your fingers here are on the 3rd and 5th fret. That's all it is. You can't hit the whole chord. Just these 2 strings. And then you can muffle it with, like I've showed you with my right hand, holding the strings on the right, and that's a cool sound too. And then you obviously move it to the C, which is the 4 chord in the key of G. Back to the 1. And you're going to go to the 5 chord, which is a D. To the C, which is a 4 chord. And a lot of times you'll end up on the 5. Those rock and roll riffs I showed you. Well, actually, I'm going to show you, which would be when we do leads, but it would be, you know. And 9th chords are another thing we haven't done yet. A 9th chord, a C 9th chord would be, and these are things you can obviously look up easier than me telling you every different chord on the guitar. You can get a book or whatever and have it in front of you. But I'll show you what need to get us through this, which would be the E note in the first string, which is the fourth string. First finger's on the fourth string, second fret. Second finger's on the third fret, fifth string. And the third finger flats the first three strings. Actually, you don't have to hit the E. That can be muffled, the first string. So that's really the chord. C19, also not hitting the low E. So if you wanted to hit that, it doesn't ruin it, but it's not correct. I mean, as far as the actual technical chord. So it's like that. So if you're doing I move up a half step to the chord or a whole step. See, now I have a choice of going to the shuffle in the 5 or going to the ninth chord, or both. That's cool. Okay, so that's the ninth chord, that's the bar chord. There's a great chord here, which is, let me see. Figure it out and get back to you on it. Alright, we're almost ready to do pentatonic scales and get into some lead playing. But right now you know the sixths, right? You know, in here, in a blues progression like this, instead of playing the fill, which a little too jazzy for a blues thing, you could go, which is a sixth on the second and fourth string instead of the top two strings. And I'll show you the whole scale in the key of G next time, because it looks like we're running out of time. So in the bar chord G though, right here, you're going to hit the fifth fret, the second and the fourth string, and the third fret, second and fourth string. So you could slide it up a whole step and slide this one down a whole step. Then you would move it. Okay, so that's another way of playing the sixth. And in the 1-4-5 on the D chord, it goes up 10. C. Try to start with that next time, with those sixths in the bar chord. Take care.